Welcome back to Eye on South Asia. Sunil, let's move forward.
We had a very interesting presentation by this group called the Producers Group,
Right.
TPG, which has partnered with AXA Equitable Life Insurance Company and Prudential's individual life insurance business company section. And it's a very interesting way they are coming together and very big plans to help the South Asian community here. And they had all kinds of people. They had Indians, they had Pakistani, they had Bangladeshis. They hosted a nice dinner after their presentation also with the community. They are here basically, they think they are going to provide absolutely incredible financial services at this time. They think there are challenges.
Right.
And there have to be experts who can provide this kind of guidance. And with the backbone of two of the large institutions like AXA and Prudential, they can do a great service. The founder and president of the Producers Group, Kent Frendon, said, "We hope this exciting new venture will help us to increase the number of producers focusing on multicultural markets so we can bring greater access to financial protection strategies, products and services to people of all backgrounds."
Right.
Focus is multiculturalism. As we've been talking about for last 1 year, the whole focus of North America today is on multiculturalism, and it's for good. And David O'Leary, who is the EVP of the AXA, says AXA Equitable is committed to broadening our outreach to people of all backgrounds to help them meet their financial objectives. There is so much focus if you look continuously everywhere today. I think in last 3-4 years since the recession which started in October 2008, there is one good thing which has come out of it. There is a constant focus on money.
Definitely.
Constant focus on productivity, constant focus on being objective. It's not just go waste, spend the money. And this is, I think, where they talk about when Mark Hugg, who is the executive vice president of the Prudential's insurance segment, he says, with America's demographics rapidly changing, what a realization clearly, helping diverse communities achieve their financial goals has become increasingly important. They must have done their homework. Very well studied. This is a community from the subcontinent. It's growing by leaps and bounds despite recession. And they think if they continue to build, nurture them through good help from financial institutions, there is an opportunity for obviously this group, the Producers Group, with of course AXA and Prudential, but it will help overall the economy.
It will help, exactly. It's not just them, it's a dual relationship.
I think it's a very interesting idea, and we hope they will be doing very well. We wish them, and hopefully we're expecting them to come to the studio soon and talk to our audience. Very interesting, very nice, noble development in New Jersey.
Are you talking about the Akshardham Mahamandir?
Yeah, well, I call it an institution. You know, it's Akshardham, as you know, means institution of learning.
Okay.
And BAPS, the Boka Swami Akshar Purushottam Swami Narayan, as their full name is, I always call them as BAP. They have been doing extraordinary work, whether it is earthquake in India, whether it's floods in Pakistan, whether it is floods in US or a nuclear break in Japan. This group works absolutely phenomenally well and together without any agenda, and just is in the middle of the cause to help serve the community. And they are now laying the foundation. They just laid last 2 weeks ago, over 3 separate days, the foundation of the institution which you called as a Mahamandir,
right, in
New Jersey. And this place is supposed to come up in next 6 to 7 years, I think. And you know, they are all over. They are in New Delhi, they are in UK, they are in Ahmedabad, they are in Atlanta, Toronto, they are in Chicago. So this is the new one, and actually Houston also. So they are all building this beautiful complex in Robbinsville in New Jersey. And we have with us Kannu Patel, who is a project lead.
Right.
And he's, I think, also the CEO of BAP Charities. Kannu bhai, welcome to our weekly news show called Eye on South Asia. Congratulations for the foundation laying ceremony for the Akshardham, as we call it, the Institution of Learning. Tell us, what is the objective behind this institution that you are building in New Jersey?
Good evening. Basically, His Divine Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj has given us few objectives, and I'll try to summarize them very briefly. The very first one is, this is not just for BAPS or Hindus, but we are building it for humankind. So it has a universal value. And the reason being, everybody today wants peace and happiness. This complex will imbibe such values that will bring peace and happiness regardless of whether a person is a member of BAPS or a Hindu or a non-Hindu person. So that is the very first objective of building this particular complex here. The second major objective is to make sure that the future Hindu generations, which are raised in the Western world, they have firstly knowledge of basic Hindu rites and rituals and principles. Secondly, by having this kind of knowledge, we could imbibe faith in God in them. And thirdly, by building this kind of complex, we can create or imbibe pride in the younger generation for being a Hindu. So that's the second objective for future Hindu generation. And finally, in these times when we see a lot of intolerance for religion, we wanted to make sure that we teach or we share the Hindu rites and rituals, Hindu architecture, Hindu art, festivals, food, culture, lifestyle, costumes, and everything in such a way that could bring a message of unity in diversity. So instead of having intolerance for different religions, we all live in a world where everybody's belief could be different, but we still could coexist peacefully.
I think you spelled out the objective so beautifully for our viewers, and this Akshardham, as we call it, institution of learning, should certainly accomplish or more what your objectives are, and I think make world a better place, more peaceful place, and be inclusive. I think it is rightfully said when Pramukh Swamiji says, in the happiness of others. And I think that's what we are looking forward to it. Thank you, Kanubhai, for coming on our show and sharing the thoughts.
Thank you. I appreciate, and I will request everybody who is watching your show, including you, to pray that we could deliver this project and serve the objectives that have been defined by His Holiness. Thank you.
Our prayers and wishes are always with you, and Pramukh Swamiji will guide all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
So Nitya, that was Kanu Patel. He is a project lead for this huge complex. I don't know, I think it is almost 108 or 105 acres.
Right.
And when it gets done, it will be a treat to watch. Right close to the Highway 130, and you can view it from there. Phenomenal work.
Absolutely. Talking about phenomenal, we now talk about Vijaya Lakshmi Imami.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, she is, of course, not there anymore. But President Obama has chosen to honor her because she had the conviction. You know, this girl came from Osmania. She did her BS from there and moved here and then did her degree here. And she faced some kind of...
She was a victim of domestic violence.
And she took a stand.
Yes, she chose not to remain silent. She came out roaring. She took a stand. She moved out and she took her 2 daughters along with her.
And she brought them up beautifully, and they are wonderful daughters. Unfortunately for her, she had a short life and she died in an accident.
Right.
Kind of prematurely. But the award is clearly a recognition for her courage and her overcoming and speaking out against abuse. It is just a way to inspire, encourage lots of other ladies who may be facing this kind of violence or exploitation or situation. Then come out, stand up, speak your truth. Why are you scared? This is a free country. And until you step out, nobody can come and help you. You know, this is very important. I think this is one thing I really appreciate in this, the Citizens Medal that has been conferred on her, even posthumously. by President Obama.
A lot of initiatives are now being taken against the violence of women, right? In fact, there is a big bloggers meet which is holding a Violence Against Women's Month.
Right.
So clearly this is the right time to award her, even be it posthumously, because she had a very important role to play in this.
I'm sure she must be smiling right up there.
She sure must be.
So we have another gifted lady here, Gurmeet Sori, our own Gurmeet Sori. She was at the World Sikh Awards in London. They just recently concluded in UK, and it's the only global awards, as they call it, which is held, and she won the extraordinary award, which is called the Sikh Entertainment, in the Sikh Entertainment category, for most influential women in South Asian media community. I mean, she's so young. She's been making waves in last 2-3 years in her own show. She's got her own talk show, and she's done some documentary recently, as we know, about in the South Asian Film and Foundation, which we attended last week. Let's get her on the phone and talk to her.
Definitely.
What is she up to? Gurmeet Sodi, producer and one of the youngest South Asian female to launch her own live talk show. Incredible. Gurmeet, tell us about this award which has been recently conferred last week on you at the World Sikh Awards in London. What is this award about?
Thank you so much, Sunil, for that. This award is actually recognizing Sikhs across the world, across the globe, for their profession, for the work that they've done, and at the same time, how their work has contributed to the society or to others, helped them in any way at all.
And you are, I believe, nominated amongst many, many other people, and I think you are the only woman to win an award. Am I right?
Yes, I am actually. Outside of an all-women's category, I was the only woman who won an award. There are several other women nominated in various categories, but I was the only one who won the award there.
Now, you do your own live show, the Gurmeet Sodi show. Tell us, what is your mission? What is your goal? What do you want to accomplish?
You know, it's funny you ask that. My concept is really simple. We want to educate people. We want them to be aware of things around them. We want them to start talking about things that they usually push under the carpet. But at the same time, we want to entertain them. So we want to make sure we're educating them and entertaining them at the same time. The pill is easier to digest when it's given in a much more friendlier manner.
So you are kind of making people aware of who they are, what their rights are, and they should not just take a backseat. It's not just pure entertainment. It's a lot of inspiration or guidance or making them aware.
Yeah, we want them to be aware of their social obligations as a person as well. Everyone has a duty to fulfill, but it's not just, making them aware, but it's also educating them, because a lot of times there are a lot of immigrants that are here that don't know about American culture. They don't know, a simple thing like a prom. We did a prom episode which parents loved. They didn't send their kids to the prom because they didn't know what it was. They had only heard negative things about it. But then we wanted to educate them, to let them know there's positives as well as negatives, but there's a lot more than just partying out there. It's a way for the kids to grow up into the next thing. So yeah, we're educating them in a very different manner, but it's education about things that they need to know as an immigrant also.
So it's not really fair that you were only conferred as Sikhs in entertainment category. I think it should be broadened into Sikhs in an edutainment category, if I may say. I think next time we'll make sure that you would have done a lot of work between now and then, and you should be looking at a bigger picture. You're not just an entertainer, you are really educating people even at this young age of yours. Congratulations to you and your family and your team who has made it happen, when the show after show that you're doing, and we look forward to your shows in the future as you continue to grow. Congratulations.
Thank you, and I thank you and your team also for bringing our work forward. So I do appreciate the support. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
So Nitya, This is very interesting. We thought this was purely on an entertainment front we're talking about. It's not really entertainment here. You know, she's talking
It's
about
a whole
education.
vast
Yeah,
field,
she's
yes.
talking about younger generation. She's talking about the existing generation. She is talking about including probably some women being abused somewhere or some guy being discriminated against at a job front. She's just picking up subjects which are of interest and
importance, in fact, even.
And that can help raise the bar for the community.
Right.
Very interesting. I think Gurmeet is doing an extraordinary work, and rightfully so, that at the World Sikh Award she was given such beautiful recognition and respect.
Absolutely.
So Nitya, that is the end of all the stories that we had for this week.
Yes.
I think it was an interesting week. As the winter creeps in, we'll get more and more warm.
It promises more excitement.
Yeah, but today I think seems like winter has just come in, but I'm
Yes,
sure
it is
week after week
cold.
we will bring very strong, hot, warm news for you.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for this week.
Yep.
But thank you so much for joining us here on ION South Asia. Join us next week as we carry forward our Diwali celebrations. This is Nitya Karthik.
This is Sunil Hali wishing you all a very, very happy Diwali and a great new year ahead on ION South Asia. Watch us week after week. Have a great weekend.